In Malawi, one name that keeps capturing national attention is Engineer Vitumbiko Mumba, the current Minister of Trade and Industry of Malawi under President Lazarus Chakwera. If he is not running a seminar or press conference, you'll find him delivering lectures or on the news dealing with vendors in the markets or foreign business owners. But as we all know, in the complex world of politics, appearances are rarely random. Timing, positioning, and public engagement are often deliberate signals of what's to come. As the 2025 presidential elections approach, Mumba's name is being whispered loudly as a potential vice presidential running mate to President Lazarus Chakwera. So, is the recent media push and focus on his strong background in engineering, business, and politics deliberate or just coincidence? It looks like his recent activities suggest something larger is unfolding behind the scenes. What do you think? The question is, who is Vitumbiko Mumba, and what does his rising political profile mean for Malawi? In this video, we will explore Vitumbiko Mumba's early background, his professional career in both private companies and his own businesses, his educational journey, his rising influence in Malawian politics, the speculations around his possible appointment as vice president, and the implications this could have on the upcoming elections. This is a video you do not want to miss. My name is Brendan, and this is M-Dubz Report. Vitumbiko was born on 28 May 1983 at Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Blantyre to Audience Mumba and Tracy Pili. His parents are both retired secondary school and primary school teachers, respectively. Vitumbiko started his primary school education at Likuni Boys Primary School, then continued his primary school at Ekwendeni Primary School and sat the primary school leaver certificate examinations in 1996. He passed but was not initially selected to go to secondary school. He was eventually selected to attend a church-owned secondary school called Roberts Laws Secondary School, where he eventually became a prefect and a chairman of the debate club, where most of the topics were political. The school ended up being closed because of a student-led strike. So he transferred to Pwezi Boys Secondary School in Rumhi District, where he did his Form 4 and sat for Malawi School Leaver Certificate in 2000. Mumba's academic profile is as structured as his professional path. He earned his Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from the University of Malawi's Polytechnic and later pursued an MBA at Stellenbosch Business School in South Africa. While at Polytechnic, he became the president of the Polytechnic Students' Union and member of various boards and councils within the university. One can say that the seeds of his political career began to sprout while he was in Polytechnic, because Vitumbiko tested political leadership as the college's chairman for People's Transformation Party, whose president is Kamuzu Chibambo. So far, he has attended over 10 postgraduate refresher courses offered by various institutions, such as South African Institute of Civil Engineers, Alusani, FIDIC, and the Project Management Institute. So it is safe to say that he is a well-educated man. Before entering politics, Vitumbiko Mumba built his reputation in the world of engineering and corporate leadership. His early career saw him working with construction and engineering firms like Motor Angel, Bango Trading Construction, and China Railway 20 Bureau Group Corporation. These are companies well known for handling infrastructure projects in Southern Africa. Engineer Mumba spent close to a decade outside Malawi after he achieved his tertiary education. He lived and worked in Botswana and Namibia. He returned to Malawi in 2016. He actually has a wide range of experience in roles that ranged from site engineer to contracts manager. In 2013, while in Namibia, Vitumbiko joined the Roads Authority as a projects control engineer. He managed various multinational runs projects, some of which were in the billions, like the Windhoek-Okahanja Section 4A dual carriageway. It is safe to say that this is evidence of his technical and managerial skills. Beyond employment, Mumba also ventured into business ownership. As the managing director of Mbwiwi Holdings, he oversaw subsidiaries in pharmaceuticals, microfinance, and educational services, all of which helped shape his image as both a technocrat and an entrepreneur. Vitumbiko Mumba's interest into politics is hardly accidental. However, the public details of his rise to power are not readily available. So here is what we know. His ability to manage technical projects, his charisma, and people skills were clear and must have shown promise. As a religious man and someone who has a passion for evangelism and has demonstrated leadership in religious institutions from secondary school till date, it is no surprise Vitumbiko would have been drawn to the leadership style of Lazarus Chakwera and MCP. He is currently the regional chairman for SCOM and secretary for Soul Holdings Limited, which is owned by Livingstonia CCAP. And with all this, he quickly rises to become part of the National Executive Committee of the Malawi Congress Party. He was the Director of Strategic Planning for the North-South Regional Committee of MCP from April 2024 to 30th August 2024, and was appointed as the Minister of Labor for the Malawi government since 11th December 2024. In early 2025, he is appointed as Malawi's Minister of Trade and Industry, a critical position as the country grapples with inflation, foreign exchange shortages, and rising costs of living. One of his most controversial initiatives is the recent push for policies aimed at protecting local farmers and manufacturers. Under Mumba's leadership, Malawi imposed a temporary ban on the importation of several products, including maize flour, fresh milk, and certain manufactured goods. The goal is to help Malawian farmers and local businesses earn fair returns by reducing cheap imports, specifically from Tanzania. This bold move sparked immediate retaliation. Tanzania responded by banning Malawian agricultural exports such as soybeans and maize seeds, citing concerns about plant diseases. Tanzanian authorities also stopped the transit of Malawian goods through their ports and suspended fertilizer shipments destined for Malawi. Despite these mounting challenges, Mumba and his team seem to have engaged in intense diplomatic efforts. By April 26, 2025, Malawi and Tanzania managed to negotiate an agreement, leading to the lifting of trade restrictions. Vitumbiko Mumba's decision-making throughout this period reflects a strategic balancing act, protecting Malawian interests without permanently damaging crucial regional relationships. Whether or not voters agree with the temporary disruption, the episode cements his image as a leader willing to make tough, calculated decisions for the long-term benefit of Malawi. In recent months, Mumba has visibly increased his public engagements. His lecture at Chancellor College in Zomba, for instance, he criticized Malawi's current development model and emphasized the need for both structural reform and intellectual leadership in governance. People really resonated with that. A politician who does not shy away from highlighting the need for change. At the same time, he is very present at all the major political rallies and appearing on popular TV and radio shows. While officially described as grassroots engagement, many observers question whether these appearances are part of a broader strategy to position himself as President Chakwera's running mate for the upcoming September elections. At this stage, there's no official confirmation that Mumba will be named as Chakwera's running mate. But in Malawian politics, visibility is rarely accidental. His increased public presence, coupled with his strategic lectures and policy critics, leaves analysts speculating that Mumba may be quietly testing the waters. If the Malawi Congress Party were to officially select him, the implications would be significant. Mumba's technocratic profile could help the MCP appeal to both urban voters and the younger demographic, while his northern roots might help balance the party's regional strategy. For President Chakwera, it could signal a commitment to handpick leaders based on talent, hard work, and ability, rather than purely political favoritism. But Mumba's political journey also exposes the internal fractures of the Malawi Congress Party. In public interviews, he openly acknowledges that elements within his own party resist his calls for reforms and transparency. Some members reportedly see his candid criticism as disloyalty. Others view it as much-needed honesty in an age of political spin. Whether these tensions will block his political rise or fuel it remains to be unseen. Vitumbiko Mumba's future hangs in the balance. Whether his recent rise is part of a well-orchestrated campaign for the vice presidency or simply a case of political coincidence. One thing is certain, He is reshaping his public image at a critical time for both himself and the Malawi Congress Party. And as Malawi ages closer to the September 16th elections, the choices made in the coming months will not only shape Mumba's political legacy, but could redefine the direction of the MCP altogether. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy our videos and find them educational, consider subscribing. Until next time, I have been your host Brendan from M-Dubz Report. Zikomo.